Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Dr. P, and thank you so much for stopping back by the channel for a new video. We've got an unbelievable amount to cover today. Fortnite actually answered a whole lot of questions yesterday regarding Season 8 and the rest of Season 7. There are so many things to talk about. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel if you want to see more and you like what you see, and go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. Let's see if we can shoot for somewhere around 1,500 likes. With only a handful of days left in Season 7, the earthquakes keep happening and cracks continue to form every single day. Here's an updated version of the map showing off every single crack location as of now. A new one recently opened up in Wailing Woods very near it, and this just continues to happen, and I'm assuming will continue to happen until the season is over. This reminds me so much of what happened back in Season 3 leading into Season 4, if you'll remember. There were lots of meteorites that were falling from the sky that were literally hitting people and damaging structures, and then as soon as Season 4 started, a giant meteor came down and destroyed Dusty Divot. To me, it kind of seems like we're going down the same road with all sorts of cracks forming around the map, small cracks, leading up to one eventual giant crack that will have serious ramifications to the map. Last night in the item shop, new skins came, and they were a part of the new skin set called the Deep Divers. Now, as you can see, it is definitely scuba diving equipment along with a glider and a pickaxe. As we know, Epic Games loves to use the item shop as a way to tease new things coming to the game, and they often decide to put things in to tease new seasons and new equipment and whatnot. This definitely, to me, seems like a hint. We have been talking basically the entire season about a flood for Season 8 or some kind of an aquatic-themed Season 8, and this definitely, just days before the new season, paints a pretty vivid picture in my head. I'm just curious of gauging people's opinions, so in the comments, let me know what you would feel and how you would react if Season 8 was indeed aquatic themed and these scuba divers were, I guess, big parts of the story. There are a ton of different routes they can go, and of course take it with a grain of salt, but I would like to hear what you think. Epic Games recently held a live Q&A in which they answered a ton of questions from fans directly about Season 7, Season 8, and much more. So this was actually a pretty interesting one. This is like the main one I'll point out to you. Crossleaks says, describe Season 8 in 4 words. Epic Eric says, bananas, 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 and of course again, bananas. But wait, the list is interesting. It starts off by listing bananas twice, but the number never changes to 2, it's just 1 and then 1A, and then the bottom 2 says B and then 4. The numbering is really off. Only the first and the last bananas listed have the correct number on them. When you take into account the fact that they were actively talking about Season 8, this is definitely a clue and backs up a lot of stuff. And just goes to show you, Epic Games is indeed always trying to hint towards the next thing. Take a look again at the bottom 2 bananas. You can see B and 4 are circled. Talking about Season 8, this is surely a clue and something we must look into. So, B4, what could that possibly be? It could be coordinates on the Fortnite map, and if you actually go and look up where that is in game, it's somewhere roughly around this area. Just north of all of the snow and pretty much on the western side of the map near Snobby, this area is a perfect spot to add something new for the next season or to have something happen right there. So I'm trying to figure out what this specific area and bananas have to do with each other. Maybe this could be the future site of banana trees or some kind of a jungle or something else. I'm not sure. You know, this bananas hint means basically nothing to us right now, but in a little less than a week when Season 8 officially starts, we're going to look back on this video and we're going to say, wow, that was a pretty clear and obvious hint, but just because of the context, we had no clue what it was. Just as we've talked previously about the Battle Pass for Season 7 containing hints for aquatic-themed Season 8, there is actually another hint right there under our noses that up until this point, we haven't been able to decipher. If you look at the Season 7 Battle Pass, you can see there is an unlockable spray with a banana on it at tier 70. It looks like this has been there the whole time. It looks as though it's a hint towards Season 8 directly, and this pretty much all but confirms Epic is actually placing hints in the Season 7 Battle Pass, and really all previous Battle Passes hinting toward the next season. It might seem like such a small and insignificant part of the game to even bring up this banana in the Battle Pass, but it actually is quite huge. It's an extremely big event. Epic Games basically just spells out quite plainly they're trying to hint towards the next season, which means maybe we need to actually go through and look at everything in the Battle Pass. There could be more hints. Another really big piece of news that Epic Games answered recently about Season 8 is the planes will not be there anymore. They are being vaulted starting with the start of Season 8, so if you want to get some last-second airtime in with the X-Force Stormwing, go for it now, because starting Season 8, they will be in the vault. Personally, I guess I'm excited about it. I mean, the plane was fun. It was becoming a part of the meta for pro players, for mobility and stuff like that. But now it's going to be changing up a lot. And I'm actually, more happy than sad to see it go. The plane was considered to be really overpowered by a lot of people, and they did a lot of nerfs to it to try and make it better. But ultimately, the right decision was to take it completely out of the game. I feel like this announcement is going to be met with a mixed response, so if you could do me a favor and let me know what you personally think about the plane being vaulted in Season 8, that would be awesome. So this next question Epic Games got was, will the building in Tilted ever be safe? In which they replied and said, is anything really safe? We pretty much knew that building was going to go anyway, but this confirms it. Another question they got was, is the Zapatron returning to BR in the near future? And they said, the what? With a thinking emoji and a lightning cloud emoji. In case you don't know what the Zapatron is, it was an extremely cool weapon back in Season 1 of Fortnite, right back in the beginning, that got vaulted very, very quickly due to it being overpowered. It's such an OG weapon that I myself have never used it, and I'm willing to bet a majority of you guys haven't either. So I think it'd be cool if they brought it back in some way, shape, or form. Maybe an LTM, maybe they bring it back completely with an extreme overwork. I don't know what they're planning, but there's definitely something going on. There's no way he would have answered it that way with the emojis, especially with the thinking emoji, and then to follow that up with a lightning cloud emoji. It seems like that would be something to pay attention to. Another cue they got over at Epic Games was, will respawning enter the game? Perhaps more measures to cancel thirsting. They said, we've been considering this mechanic for a while and have been exploring it. Want to make sure we give it the time it needs and fully understand its impact on the game as a whole. Look for further updates during Season 8. So I'm guessing this question was sparked by Apex Legends. If you haven't played Apex Legends, or if you haven't heard about it, it is another BR game that has a respawning functionality inside of it. In Apex Legends, if your teammate dies, for 90 seconds after their death, you can go and recover their banner, in which case you can take that to a respawn beacon, and your teammate will come back with absolutely nothing. They have to go and find all their guns and loot again. I think that's awesome, and that's why I think Apex Legends is a good game, because it rewards you for being aggressive. If you die, it's pretty rewarding. You can either get revived or die and still come back, and it makes you not immediately leave the game after you die. I think that's something Epic should explore and try to find a good fit for it in Fortnite. Epic was asked, are there any plans on bringing back old popular POIs such as Risky Reels or even unnamed ones? Epic replied and said, nothing like this is ever off the table. Just the very fact that they would leave the door open for that possibility makes me really, really excited. A couple of the areas just off the top of my head that I would like to see return to Fortnite at some point are Anarchy Acres, Greasy Grove, the prison, and the old factories. There's more stuff too. If you want to check out the full Q&A, I'll link it in the description below. I touched on some of the major points that I thought were interesting. I really hope you enjoyed the video, If you did, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. I'm pumping out daily content just like this every day, updating you on the latest and greatest happenings in Fortnite Battle Royale. Also, give this video the thumbs up and consider turning on those notifications to make absolutely certain, no matter what YouTube does, you are always getting notified every time there's a new video or I go live on the channel. I really appreciate you tuning back in, and I truly hope you have a great day. I'll catch you in the next video, guys, and until then, take it easy and peace out.